So imagine this. You're told by a source that's basically never wrong that you are the wisest person in the entire world. I mean, think about that for a second. That's exactly what happened to one man, and his reaction, well, it became one of the most famous stories in history.
But here's the thing. He didn't celebrate. He didn't throw a party or write a book about it. His immediate reaction was just total disbelief. He was absolutely convinced it had to be a mistake, because as far as he was concerned, he knew absolutely nothing.
So yeah, just try to put yourself in his shoes. You're handed this incredible title, Wisest Man in the World, but in your gut, it feels completely, totally wrong. For him, this wasn't just him being humble. It was a genuine philosophical puzzle. How could the wisest person alive feel so completely ignorant?
So what did he do? Did he go on a victory tour? No. Instead, he set out on this personal mission. And his goal wasn't to prove his wisdom, it was the exact opposite. He set out to prove his own ignorance. He felt like he had to get to the bottom of this and show everyone that really they had the wrong guy.
So how exactly do you go about proving you're not the wisest person on the planet? Well, it's kind of simple, right? You have to go out and find someone who's actually wiser than you are. And that's exactly what he decided to do. His plan was, you gotta admit, beautifully simple. Step 1, find someone who is genuinely, truly wise. Step 2, use that person as living proof that the original claim about him was wrong. Simple, clean, logical. Let's do this. His journey took him straight to the people everyone else in society thought were the wisest. You know, the big shots, the renowned experts, the famous artists, the powerful leaders of his time. He went right to the top. First up, the poets. And look, these guys could write incredible stuff, words that could move you to tears, that seemed to hold these deep truths about life. But when he asked them, hey, can you explain the meaning behind your own poems? They couldn't. It was almost like the genius flowed through them, not from them. Okay, so next, he went and talked to the craftsmen. These people were absolute masters of their trade. They knew how to make one thing perfectly. But here's the catch. They assumed that because they were an expert in, say, shoemaking, that it made them an expert in everything. Their specialized skill created this massive blind spot about everything else.
And finally, of course, he went to the politicians. And, oh, they were masters of appearing wise. They spoke with this incredible confidence. They could rally crowds, and everyone thought they were brilliant. But when he started asking them some really basic questions, it was all just a performance. The real knowledge just wasn't there.
So, after all these conversations, all these meetings with the supposed best and brightest, something powerful and really unexpected started to dawn on him. He hadn't found anyone wiser, no, but he had found something else, something way more important.
And this, right here, is the key. The poets, the craftsmen, the politicians, they were all ignorant about most things, but they were totally convinced they were wise. They were living in an illusion. Our guy, on the other hand, was also ignorant, but he was painfully, completely aware of it.
And that's when it all clicked. He finally understood the riddle. He realized he was wiser than all these other men for one simple reason. They didn't know anything, but they thought they did. He didn't know anything, and he knew he didn't know anything. His wisdom wasn't in having answers. It was in knowing he didn't.
So who was this guy? This fascinating character who went on a quest to prove how little he knew, only to stumble upon the true meaning of wisdom itself.
Of course, we're not talking about just any guy. This whole foundational story about knowledge and wisdom belongs to one of the most famous thinkers in all of history, the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates.
And this whole journey gave us this powerful idea that we still talk about thousands of years later, the Socratic paradox. It's this beautiful concept that real wisdom isn't about memorizing a bunch of facts. It's about having the humility to see just how much you don't know.
So let me leave you with a question to chew on. In a world that's always pushing us to have an opinion, to have all the answers, what could we unlock if we just got comfortable saying, I don't know? What's one thing you're absolutely certain of that just might be wrong?